Hey folks, I'm Sarah and I'm on the 2025 jury for what I think is the best book prize for literary fiction from small presses. It's called the Republic of Consciousness Prize, United States and Canada, and it is dedicated to literary fiction from small presses in North America. Over the next few months, I will be sharing every single book nominated for the prize, and while I can't share my personal opinions on each book just yet, I will share enough details so that you can get to know the book and the publisher. Every book gets its very own video, and you are not going to want to miss a single one. And the final book in my little mini collection of books for October is book number 17 on my nominee list. That's My Father's Orchards by Domnica Radulescu, and this is published by Histria Books. This is historical fiction that spans mostly from 1939 to 2015. It's the story of one Romanian family that lives through seemingly endless wars, devastation, persecution, and loss. Though the novel weaves throughout time, back and forth through time, it's really framed by the story of Karina in 2015. She has returned to Romania for the first time since fleeing the country with her family in the 1980s. They fled to, eventually they made it to the United States, and she is now returning to Romania for the first time, and specifically has come to the hometown of her father, the town her father grew up in, and the actual house that he grew up in, and the orchards that the family owned and lived on. And while she's there, Karina encounters the entirety of her family's very complex but very devastating and heartbreaking history and lives living through World War II and post-war Russian invasion, and then the post-war communist dictatorships. But that family history is not all she encounters. There are ghosts in these orchards, very real ghosts. And Karina, in order to make any sense of her family's history, has to first learn how to listen to these ghosts. And Domnica Radulescu is a novelist, playwright, and academic. She holds a named professorship in comparative literature at Washington and Lee University, and her previous novels are internationally acclaimed. She actually received a Fulbright Award to travel to Romania to research this novel, which was inspired by her own father's story and life in Romania. And Histria Books is a leading independent publishing house that has offices in both Las Vegas and Palm Beach. They're named for Histria, an important center of culture and commerce in the ancient world, which was located on the Black Sea coast. And they have several imprints, including academic books, a whole Romanian studies imprint, a children's imprint, general lifestyle nonfiction, genre fiction, literary fiction. They have a whole range of books. And they must have some tie. I'm seeing a lot of Romanian connections in the work that they publish, but I wasn't able to find specifically a connection there, and would love to hear if you know more about that. Let me know in the comments. I am personally fascinated by the use of the paranormal in this novel, and even though I'm including it in my little October roundup of nominees that are perfect for October because of the ghosts, I'm including it because there are ghosts in this book. The ghosts here are not at all akin to ghosts that you would find in a horror novel. This is not horror. It's not a mixed blend of genres, including horror. It's very much historical fiction. Historical fiction allows us to access imaginatively the history of people and times that we can no longer access, right? It gives us the ability to kind of travel there and to imagine things that we can't experience ourselves. And the ghosts included in this novel are also used to tell the histories of people that we can no longer actually physically access. They're there, they function in an imaginative way, a lot like historical fiction functions. And through the history of these ghosts and the people in this novel, I learned so much about the history of Romania in the 20th century. It's absolutely fascinating. I'm interested to hear if you have other examples of fiction that does something similar with like paranormal elements or ghosts, that the book uses paranormal elements not at all in a spooky way. It is not spooky, but it is instead a literary device. And it's not supposed to be anything close to horror, but instead these paranormal elements are used as a literary device to bring forth like the full story, like a full story. So if you have examples, please let me know in the comments. And here, this is my example for you. And that's just one of many incredible books nominated by one of many incredible publishers. The long list of 10 books is usually announced in mid-January-ish, but I guarantee you there are going to be more than 10 amazing books from these nominees. So if you love offbeat, under-the-radar literary fiction, you are going to want to follow along. Click above or below for the next nominated book. If I've filmed it, it'll be available there. If not, stay tuned for just a little while longer. And in the meantime, you can click the playlist below that will contain all of the nominated books that I've shared so far. Again, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.